Hello and welcome back to Command Protocols podcast, episode 25. We're back after a 2-week hiatus that wouldn't have been a 2-week hiatus if Andy had remembered to do a video in between. How are you, Andy?
It's always my fault. I am good, thank you. I have been baking in the heat, but I started a new job, so that's why I've not had a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's my excuse.
Yeah, that's your excuse, locked in. Well, I've been away at WTC. I'm wearing a fresh shirt from Team UN, one of the shirts that I
I hope you've
traded.
washed it.
I have washed it. It is fresh on. Look at that. Boom. Nope, not that one. Boom. Yeah. God, WTC, what an experience. I mean, we were speaking a bit beforehand that most of this episode will just be me waffling about WTC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate one talking about the vast majority of WTC. I'll probably talk about Warmasters here, and then we'll cover some of the lists.
When you do that one, I'll get some matchsticks to prop my eyes open, search for like this.
Well, I'm going to do it by myself, so you don't have to listen to me. You already know.
I already know it all anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, wow, what a week. What a crazy week. It was very sunny as well, but I spent a lot of it indoors.
Yes, you don't want to go outside, mate. You will definitely burn.
Yeah. And I'm sure if anybody watched the War Games live stream, they saw my bald head bobbing around because I kept on getting people sending messages to me, like with a picture of me just on the stream, just setting up tables or something.
And I was telling you should get like a little placard so as you walk past you can advertise the channel, but you didn't.
No, I didn't want to sell out to ourselves.
Sell out.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to do is sell out at the earliest opportunity.
Come on, Protocols podcast. Anybody? Well, I told a couple of people, and the Austrian Necron player came up to me and said that he watched our podcast. Sorry. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Watched our podcast.
Yeah, and the Australian you told me too. Right?
Yeah, and an Australian. He was like, "Oh, thank you so much for doing the videos." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Pretty cool.
It was really cool, and yeah, the experience was mental.
Did it help them in their performance at WTC?
Well, he did beat their Necron player. Did beat our Imperial Knight player. So there you go. I couldn't have given him a better, more detailed description of what to do, and it didn't work basically. So really, really good time. Took part in Warmasters. I ended up dropping out after day one because they shut the fuck up. They forwarded the time that to be there for 8:00, and I was very, very drunk the night before, and I just couldn't be bothered going. But I'm very glad I didn't, because I got to spend the entire day walking around Leoben, which was amazing. We went to the top of this clock tower, really high up. There was a bar at the top, owned by this one dude that played CSGO. He played on the national team for CSGO. 50 years old he was.
What was his name?
I can't remember his name. He played for it was Open Age it was called. So it's anybody 45 or over or something.
Oh, so he wasn't one of the big boys for CSGO.
No, but he was on. He said he was really good. He was talking to us all about it. He was super nice. But yeah, fucking. Where should we start? What should we start talking about?
Well, let's start with your awesome performance at Warmasters, shall we?
Oh, you are great. So, first game. So obviously I took the 40 Warriors. Obviously, it's what I've been running for a bit.
Just to give people.
What else is in the list? So it's got 3 Scorpet Lords, Zeraz, Imhotep, 2 Royal Wardens, Oricon, Chronomancer, Barge,
Crypto Thralls, Reanimator.
40 Warriors, Reanimator, Ghost Art, Crypto Thralls.
Ophidians?
Nope. Can't fit them in. 2 squads of Scorpex. Pretty much solid list. No shooting. So I played. First round was against Drakari, and it's on supply drop. So I was like, okay, well, only Lilith can kill the warriors, so I should be all right. And supply drop was a really good mission for me. He was on the Spanish national team. He walked up to the table this is going to be a really tough game. And I was like, yeah, I think it's quite a hard one. He put his. I'll cut it short as I can. I'll go into more detail in this other video, but basically he put a Lilith squad in a building I was like, this is the last objective to disappear was mine, or the second to last. I was like, I need to charge 2 Scorpet Lords and some Scorpex. They were all separate, and then the Warriors into Lilith's squad to like get rid of them. And I was like, if I can do impact mortars at the Scorpet Lords and then like reduce the amount of attacks you can get into the Warriors, and it was the -1 to hit squad, not the invuln squad. I was like, I should be able to just win the game from there. I did 0 mortal wounds with both Lords. I was like, this is trouble.
It's always the way. Isn't it?
Yeah, he swung 4 witches into the Warriors, killed the Thralls and 2 Warriors, and then Lilith killed 18 Warriors by herself. He did full rolls to hit, sustained lethal, like 8 extra AP obviously because of the pain token. Didn't get any 6s to hit at first. I was like, oh thank God. And then he re-rolled and got 5 6s to hit and just blended them.
Nice.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, I just lost the full squad on my turn.
Yeah.
No res, nothing.
If it had been the other squad, you probably would have survived. So
Yes,
you just picked the wrong one, I think, didn't you?
Well, we were just deploying so quick. I just started putting models down, and I didn't pay attention to where his Lilith squad was. But it paid off. It was fine because I killed the whole squad except 1 witch and Lilith, which meant that the other warrior squad was basically immune to death. And then I just won the game with that squad.
Yeah, and supply drop. That's all you need at the end, isn't it? You just dump it all in the middle and go.
I just needed to get rid of the one problem. His list was built to beat vehicles. It had like haywire bikes, Ravagers, like loads of haywires.
Scourge, yeah.
Yeah, loads of Scourge. He was really good and he was really nice. Honestly, I said to him afterwards. I told him about the podcast, and I said to him afterwards. He was like top 5 players in terms of like behavior that I've ever played against. Just crazy nice. Like so, he was just showing me everything that he could do. Like he was like, I was trying to work with him to make sure everything was in the right spot, and then like something was out of line accidentally, and he's like, oh yeah, just fix it, whatever. And he just played good fair Warhammer. And yeah, he one-shot my Reanimator as well with 4 Darklance Scourge, because on the board we were on, he can like jump up to the big building, the top floor, so I can't charge him. Can go back down and see right into my deployment zone.
Really?
Yeah, on this map.
Did you not hide the reanimator behind the building?
Not on this map. Like,
and you were telling me that Warriors are really good on WTC because you could hide that stuff.
They are good on WTC, but he's fast guns.
Fair enough. So where do I rank in that top 5 then?
In terms of niceness, not in the 5, mate. Boom.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. I've met some very, very nice people. You're not nice. I've met some very, very nice people.
Okay, so you won that one. That's
so let's carry on with this subject. You're really horrible. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, so I won that one, 16-4, and I was like, oh, 16 probably means I probably won't play against the best players in the room because it's Swiss. So, all the best players are going to get 20, right?
Explain what you mean by that.
Swiss is basically where people who scored the same score will play against each other instead of it being random.
Within path, yeah.
Yeah, so I scored 16. Liam VSL also scored 16. And then they're like, oh, you could play against Liam. I was like, I'll just try, see what happens. Like, then Nas was like, you're playing against Liam. I was like, you're joking. I'm like, you're lying. And he was like, no, you are. Like, oh my God. So look on the pairing, I'm playing against Liam. Got to the table. Again, crazy nice. We were like, and I played against Eldar with 30 Hawks before, but not
Liam.
In aspect. Yeah, I'm not Liam. I 20-0'd the Israel captain with Warhost.
Warhost, yeah.
Just a couple of days before, and I was like, this is fucking easy. Yeah.
Not what you said to me. But okay.
Yeah, well, no, Warhost is easy. And then Aspect Host, he can do he's got reroll 1s all the time to hit, if he chooses it, which he probably will. He can do ignore mods, he can do ignore cover, he can do sustained, He can do crit fives. I was like, oh my god. He just like went on his go to. So I denied primary, and then on his like, and I got 10, and then on his go turn, he just full sent his entire army forward, um, and didn't kill the warriors, but he pushed them far enough back where I just couldn't res anywhere meaningful. He put them down to barely any models. Um, and I made a mistake on this turn where he charged his guardians into some warriors, and then I could have heroic with the other squad, but I didn't because I thought I could just res like in my command phase
Yeah.
and get on the point. But I should have heroic anyway. And then we go to the end of the turn, and he's like, "Yeah, they're not in coherency," because I thought there was a second warrior behind the wall when there was only one. I was like, "For fuck's sake!" So I had to use the barge to res it, but I would have just heroic to put myself back into coherency. Yeah, and it like muted me a bit, and that basically put me down to 0 prime because he just shot me completely off it. He just played it really well. He took assassinate and cleanse as well because on hidden supplies he can cleanse one next to his home really easily, and then the other expansion he can just send like corsairs. He had 3 squads of corsairs, so he can just send whatever he wants on the points.
Not just that, but there are 4 points, so it's a bit easier to contest 2 and do a cleanse than it is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's just dead easy. And assassinate, I've got so many characters that res, yeah, I have to use them to play, which I did anyway.
Especially the Scorpex, right?
Yeah, 100%. And then, yeah, I killed like a lot of his stuff. Well, not a lot. I killed like all the combat stuff, but not really enough. And then I got 0 on primary again because the Hawks were just like laying into me, and I couldn't reach them. And then I killed like a lot of his stuff, and we were scrapping in the middle a little bit with what little one warrior squad got killed to the wound, and then the other one was kind of like spent a turn healing. I went out, charged Jane's R. He almost killed my 4 up Feel the Pain guy. Yeah, I got 0 primary again. Then I managed to get 5, and then I managed to get 10 because I like rezzed a warrior over some hawks and put one warrior on the point, and it was 3 OC, so I out OC'd him. So then I got 10 at the end for like 20 overall, or 25, something like that. I think it was 20 because I got 10 turn 1 and 10 turn 5. And then he was getting like 5 every time because I was denying him. And I was getting challenger cards. That's the second ever game I've drawn challenger cards. And yeah, well, if I literally just did that heroic, I would have drawn. I was figuring it out because I would have just gotten the primary there and denied his cleanse, which would have like switched it to a draw. So literally just one mistake and it would have been a draw. And I was his lowest win all week.
Yeah, and that's what happens though when you play someone like Liam. Is just one mistake and they'll just capitalise on it.
He just knew what he was doing.
And when you play people, you know, you expect to win, and they make a mistake, you'll capitalise on that, and that'll help you a lot of the time. So
yeah, it was really close, and he was such a nice person to play against.
He really is, isn't he?
Yeah, it was crazy because he doesn't try and game you with anything. He doesn't try and get one up on you, or like make you feel or bully you into any situation or anything. He just plays good Warhammer.
Yeah,
and it was really, really nice, and it was nice meeting him, and I hope I get to play him again and like beat him because I think I was performing pretty well like over the weekend, even though I didn't play much. I think like since Leeds, I've been playing a lot better. So just it was nice to come that close with him, and everyone was saying that I did like a really good job to, not get absolutely blown out by him.
Yeah.
And he said that he thinks it was a bad matchup because of like for me, he thinks it's a bad matchup for me just because he can literally just stay out of arm's reach with the Hawks and just like throw mortals. Like even though I've got the spider, it doesn't really matter because he's got the speed to hit me so fast with like 5 units on his go turn, 6 maybe.
Yeah.
And they all do a lot of damage.
Yeah, you kind of want to string out more so you don't take as much damage from multiple activations. But then if you string out more, it's harder to get back into a position where you can
Yeah, it was tough.
deny. So yeah, it's not easy that
I need to play
sometimes.
that game a couple more times, and I think I'd probably win. I think I could definitely win again if I
Did
played
you
him
not
again.
did you not utilize the advance and shoot strat on the Warriors? Because ironically, Warriors are actually pretty good into Eldar when it comes to
I
kill.
just couldn't reach the Hawks. I could
Right.
just never reach them. He would literally like stay out at 8 at the last bit, throw the mauls. I'd like pull, and I'd have to pull from the front.
Yeah.
It pretty much would be no other choice. Then he just moves the other unit,
Mm.
and he doesn't have to be within 8 inches of the one he sees either. So he just has to be within 8 inches and see anything, because it's that the actual ability just says that they have to be 8 inches
And
and visible to the unit.
yeah.
So he can like see one at the back and just be 8 and just throw it again. And then he just like shoots with one, shoots with another. Fuegan was separate from the fire dragons, like just on his own, because the fire
Yeah.
dragons aren't doing anything.
No, I mean they can
And
probably go after you, score back loads.
yeah, they did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he star engined. Like I shot his tank because I knew he needed it for mobility with these fire dragons, and then I threatened a charge, but I could always charge back with the Scorpet Lord. And then he like moved back with the reactive
Mm.
token,
Yeah.
and then Star Engine like right next to me got out so he could see around the corner when I got a Scorpet Lord out, which was another mistake I made. I shouldn't have got him out behind this ruin. And then he like just every single thing he was doing, it was like moving the vehicle, putting it line in the putting it against the wall so I couldn't res like over the wall because the warriors are on the other side, like fire dragons on the all on the objective along the edge as well, just blocking all the space. So he's doing like three things at once with one
Yep.
unit.
Yep.
So and he's like cleansing with the tank, shooting with those guys, blocking me off the objective,
Yeah.
killing my guy. Like it was really really good
It's
to
almost like
see.
he knows what he's doing, and he's probably one of the best players in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he is pretty
Uh,
much like the best player in the world. I
I'm
would
sure
say. Like
Josh will have something to say, but yeah.
yeah, I think Liam's better personally. I've not played against Josh though, but
So round
yeah,
3.
round three played against Switzerland Emperor's Children. I was like, I played against this match 3 times with this style list. The first time I got absolutely shit on by Nas because I didn't know what Emperor's Children really did, and then I played it again against the Swedish coach. And I narrowly lost because I made a mistake with the movement of the Demon Princes, where he like hop over me, like, and then just tag me up, hop over again, charge something else, and it just got into my back lines. So this time I just spread out in a fat line, but then where all these Demon Princes were, I just like dotted all of my warriors so we couldn't land anywhere.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, and I comfortably beat him 16-4. I basically just pushed warriors forward. I was like, do you want to pledge?
Mm.
So would you like to pledge anything? He's like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I just push forward. He tried to one-shot my warriors with 3 activations of blast of like noise marines, but he's hitting on 4s with no rerolls.
That's not one-shotting.
What? We'll kill it in one unit then, whatever. Kill it in one turn. Yeah, so he tried to kill it in one turn with 3 squads of blastmasters, 3 squads of noise marines, and he just didn't. And then I resed 9 wounds on my res orb, which was pretty sick. So I got like the whole squad back. Yeah, and yeah, it was just a tough game. And then yeah, I ended up dropping out, and we like had ice cream. I had it twice. It was amazing.
What flavour?
Strawberry cheesecake and then Oreo. Oh, the strawberry cheesecake was good.
Strawberry ice cream is for children, my friend.
No, but it wasn't like strawberry ice cream. It was like cheesecake ice cream
Mm.
with strawberry like jam almost
Okay.
on top. It was
Like a
so
strawberry ripple.
kind of, but it was like the jam was just on top, and then there was like bits of like crumble in it as well.
Kids ice
You know,
cream.
like it was good, man. It was good.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Yeah, we had food, we were like chatting, and a bunch of stuff, and then obviously WTC, but I'll talk about that another time. But it was an amazing event.
Yeah.
Like,
Hopefully we'll both be there next year.
yeah, I hope so too. And I picked up Admech because I was watching the Polish guy play Admech, and I was like, wait, this is actually like my style of like army.
Yeah.
So it's like I love playing the Warriors so much. I was like, why am I not playing this? Like this kind of stuff. And I watched the Malta jail list. I was like, this is incredible. I was I love this.
Yeah, it
Basically,
doesn't.
every army that Greg was paired up into, I was like, this is my shit.
Yeah, it doesn't do much damage. The ad metal, but I mean, it can do. But overall,
Yeah,
it generally is quite low volume. Half the
yeah.
time, they don't even bother rolling their attacks because it's like, well,
It
you
is actually, yeah. He was playing like Rad Zone with Auto Advance 6,
know.
so then you can get like Assault, and then he's got like the Breacher guys, which will just one shot anything in the game pretty much.
Yeah, if they get it to the right target, anyway.
Yeah, and they pretty much can like, and you can set it all up really cool. It was just awesome.
Oh,
So yeah, really, as I said, I'll go into more detail in a separate video. But
cool.
so, do we want to cover some lists
So,
for
thank you for that short synopsis of your games.
of just Warmasters?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to see you go deep, like all the way to the end and
I
challenge.
really would have. Like, I'm glad I didn't. Honest, like part of me in the morning, I was like, oh, I should have just gone. But when it got to like 12 o'clock, I was really glad I didn't because it was just so nice to spend time with everyone,
Yeah,
like on holiday. Because literally, when WTC started, there was no break.
mm,
It was literally wake up 7 o'clock, like shuttle because we had to be there early, and
yeah,
they had to do multiple lifts. So it was like wake up at 7, half 7, get at the arena, get at the place for like 10 or whatever, or not 10, 8, or like 8, round about 8. It's like do a bit of prepping before the round, just getting everything sorted. I was setting up tables as well, so like I'd be setting up all the tables and all that, and then like we do the pairings, and then I'm like it's a 4 hour round as well, so I'm like
yeah.
stood, and then it's just on your feet all day. It was one game, then 2 games a day, and it was just on your feet all day, and then you come home back to the hotel and you're doing pairings. So it was like mad. So I'm glad I didn't. But we can talk about. Do you want to talk about some of the lists or a couple of lists that were
Yeah, we'll talk about some of the lists from Warmasters and WTC. I mean,
Europe?
we will have covered them beforehand.
Yes, but these are the couple that did well. There was just 2 lists from War Masters that I'm just gonna bring up because they're the ones that placed the highest. So this was Victor
Ferrer.
Pierre.
Ferrer.
Pereira. He was on Team Portugal. Portugal are a seed 4 team, and they were the most improved, I think, or second most improved. I think Latvia, or one of the most improved teams.
Yeah, I think a lot.
Gustav, who plays for Team Sigil in the UK, people probably know him from there. He's a very good guard player. He did really well at War Masters. He's on the team as well.
Yeah, he won champion.
Um, yeah, he goes to like all the UKGC events. He's a
Gustav,
super nice guy. It's the first time I properly
Gustav.
met him and spoke to him.
Yeah,
So we've got Star Shatter, Command Barge. I think this is just Richard Siegel's list.
it's two Wraithbreak Silent King. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just the usual
he's got
standard.
he's got two reanimators though,
Yeah, double reanimator,
and
and then the Signal Destroyer.
yeah,
So yeah, it's just dead simple, pretty easy. But he did really
it
well.
doesn't have the enhancement, right? Oh no, he does.
Yeah, he's got it. So yeah, it's a pretty simple list. If you pilot it well, it does really well.
Yeah,
It's very good. It's still like decent into knights. It can beat knights. It's good into Death Shroud or like to Death Guard. Sorry, it is good into Death Guard. So
it's got just enough shooting to be respected, but
mm,
like if they really just throw everything at you, sometimes it can fall a bit short. I find, but
yeah, yeah, but it's super good.
yeah.
Yeah, he did quite well,
What
and then just
did he lose against?
one moment, please. He was what's where he placed. Victor Pierre. He placed 22nd. He drew first round against in Chaos Knights, and then he lost round 4 again 11-9 against Dark Angels.
A weird
And
one.
Wrath of the Rock Dark Angels as well. It's quite hard list to play against that Wrath of the Rock because it's got like old heroic.
Yeah, but you don't need to rely on melee to win that game, right?
You do if you want to take a point. They can just like sit a unit on the point,
Yeah, but
and
you
then
set your race on the point, and then they charge you on their turn. And
no, because the Wrath of the Rock is that they just charge you if you're within 6, so they
oh,
just
on
sit.
your turn, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's her old heroic, so it's just like if you end within this distance, then they can charge you. So it's pretty nasty. If you play that, and everything is -1 to be wounded as well. I mean, the Silent King's getting like mega stonks
Mm.
against that army, but you can play around it. Like Innis has beaten Necrons before with that, so with like that style list. So it's definitely possible. And watching Warmasters final as well was crazy. By the way, like just being stood there watching that when Innis got a 6 fucking wound grenade and he won by a single point. But then WTC rule in is that if it's a draw by the end of round 5, then you have to play a 6th round, and he just got tabled.
Yeah,
That's why he lost.
because I was at work looking at it on my phone a little bit, and they were, and his opponent was cheering like he'd won the event, and everyone was saying, "Oh yeah," and he's won the event. Like, okay, but then I was looking at the score, and Innes was ahead by a point, and I was so confused because I wasn't watching the whole thing. But yeah, it's good to know.
Yeah, it was.
It's a shame because I think he had to get assassinate right to win, but he didn't
Yeah,
get it. Yeah.
yeah, it was a really really close game.
So what's the next list?
And the next list is the only other list. Um, it is
Another Star Shattered list, right?
no, it's
Oh,
Awakened.
Awakened.
It's got the command barge with the 4 Fiona Pain, Chronomancer double Catan, Zeros Imatech Orokin double Royal Warden, and then it's 40 warriors,
So 40 warriors,
2 Catan,
two Catan.
and that's
No
it.
Ghost Arc, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So that's it. It's literally just 40 warriors and two Catans and
yeah,
not much else. Well, they work clearly.
yeah. Could have just kept on. I should have just kept going. Let me see where he placed. He
So yeah,
placed 25th, and he lost round 1 to Eldar, which is hilarious. He lost to Warhost Eldar. That's crazy.
well, I mean, the Fire Dragons are probably one tap
To
one of the
Catan.
Catans, right? With the rerolls and the melter damage. The Catans aren't immune to that. And then
Yeah.
what?
Oh, he had 25 dragons, and then he
Yeah,
also had
that'll probably be it.
20 Dark Reapers.
Yeah, and they're gonna hurt. They're gonna put a lot of
Oh, he
damage.
had no. He had no hawks.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What a shit list. Well, not shit, but he obviously did well. This guy,
Well,
but
how did he? How did his opponent finish then?
I don't know. I shouldn't have said anything.
Naughty, naughty. Well, I
It's
mean,
not a shit list,
it's
guys.
probably a
I'm.
list
Oh, he
that
finished 12th, and he plays for Austria. Well,
is probably designed to play.
oh, he's good. That guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy is good.
of course he is.
That Eldar guy. Well, we played against him in round 7.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was good. He lost to Tony like narrowly, but he was good.
That was the mirror,
Um,
right?
yeah, God, Eldar mirrors fucking cursed.
Can't look forward to that one if I was playing all that. So
No, but yeah, he obviously did well. He lost to a guy that finished above him. 40 Warriors is good when it goes into the right matchups. I think the Dark Reapers are actually quite good into the Warriors because they've got a lot of shots and they ignore the -1 to be hit.
yeah,
So they can just like kind of kick you back and enough shots into the Void Dragon, into the
well, it's,
Catan at range.
yeah. Is Aspect Host the one which got the ignore mod strat?
Yeah, but it's Warhost, so it's like a lot more tricks.
Yeah, I mean, it's still tricky if you play against the right player and you don't know what they do necessarily. Then, and yeah, it's easy to just
Yeah.
have your Catans just one tap by the Fire Dragons.
Aspect Host is just better, in my opinion. Warhost is good, but I think Aspect Host is better. Aspect Host was NASA's only loss, but he did lose to Myson, who is the Polish captain. I managed to get a shirt off him because I've been speaking to him since Pyro. He's a nice dude. He was like helping me with Admech.
Yeah,
I played against him at one of the ITTs when I was running like the Vault Monolith and stuff, and the DDA surviving 4 chickens shooting at it meant that he didn't fucking 15-5 me basically. Um, but
Chicken.
yeah, chickens. You know the Las chickens, whatever they are.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got some a list from WTC that did well. We've got Arno, who's the French WTC Necron player. He also gave me a shirt because I went up to him and spoke to him because I've met him at Pirate before, and I was like, "Give me a shirt," and he did.
Does he watch the podcast?
I didn't ask him actually, but
Oh
I
man.
should have. I did tell him at Pirate that we did a podcast, but it was a while ago that. He was running a Hexmart with the Veil,
Yeah, love that set.
Oh, and I was watching a lot of his games quite closely as well, so I can probably tell you a bit about how he uses units.
Yeah, go for it.
Psychomancer, 3 Scorpet Lords, Technomancer with the -1 to be hit, Silent King, Reanimator, Scarabs, Wraiths, Thralls, DDA, Flayed One, Scorpet. So basically, what he did. So the game I watched the most detail of was the game against Death Guard, and he basically just had flayed on screening, Scorpex screening, like with the Lords, just like strung back 9, just like screening a lot of his backfield so he didn't get like dropped back behind and met it for
Yeah,
the first couple of turns. And he basically just moved up in a big like huddle with the Reanimator behind the Silent King. The Silent King's like moving forward and the Wraiths are like in front, and then the Flayed ones are in front of them. And they're just moving forward like in unison in a big bubble early until these Death Shroud have come down.
yeah,
He's got like one DDA sitting behind near the Reanimator, but like behind the Silent King, so he can shoot down the angle.
yeah.
And then he would just like send a Scorpec squad just to be like
Annoying.
just like if something's out, he'll just trade with it. Doesn't matter like what it is really. If something was in the middle, he'd just send it. Wouldn't even worry about it.
Yeah,
And like because then like he's sending that thing, his opponent then has to deal with it. He can then res the character, and then he can
yeah,
shoot with a Silent King and a DDA.
yeah. And it's
And
you just
it
gotta
was
wait till the Death Shroud come down, and then once they've come down, you know where things are.
yeah,
You can just play the game. But until
yeah,
that point, the Death Guard game is just plays out the same each time. Make sure you screen properly. Make sure you know where the Death Shroud are coming, so you can react accordingly and then kill them. So he'll have played that matchup so many times that he'll have it down to a T. I think.
yeah. He did really, really well. I'm just trying to find now what how he did
I think
in
he went
terms.
7-1, right?
Yeah, he got a 9, I think. He got an 8. So he went 20, 15, 16, 11, 12, 8, 12. And I think, I don't know what he lost into. He lost into Space Wolves, which I think was Sweden. But yeah, it was just like a blunting list.
Yeah,
Just it's going to get the score whenever it wants, basically. And just use the score packs to trade.
yeah.
Like I looked over on his first game and I was like, oh, I just lost a DDA, and there's like loads of stuff in front of him. I was like, he might lose that game. And then I come over and he's just 20'd him. I was like, what in the fuck?
Probably activated his entire army the following turn.
Yeah,
His opponent was like, "Oh my god, the DDA! I need to kill the DDA," and then just overcommitted to it and
yeah.
paid the price, which I find happens quite a lot. You give someone a
Mm-hmm.
DDA, they just need to see the red mist, and because if they commit and don't kill it because it's got a 4 pinball, then they're kind of so they overcommit, and then if you can punish them, then
Mm-hmm. And I saw like he was
ideal.
keeping the scarabs close by his Silent King,
Mm.
because then if his Silent King, if they killed the scarabs, he'd shoot with the Silent King.
Yes,
Like he did do that.
that's
You know?
just. I mean, he's the best unit to shoot back with,
Yeah,
really. And also, if he decides to charge the Silent King, then you put him in such a position that he can then heroic with the scarabs, so not everything gets to fight the king, and then the king will do decent damage back, especially into space
yeah,
wolves, and then then he can also shoot himself out of combat as well, and then charge something else. So yeah, the scarabs are really good in that way. 40-point unit. They need to kill them, but no one wants to do it. It's like I'll shoot you back for 2 CP if you do. You're like, maybe I don't do that.
yeah. It was really, really well done.
I like the list. I wish there was a second DDA, but I
Mm.
mean, it's hard to find.
I
It's
think
hard to find
everything
the
just
points.
worked well. Like the Psychomancer was like doing early actions, screening. Again, it was put near the Silent King, so if it died, he'd like shoot back res or something. Like
Yeah.
it was good list. It was a good list.
Mm,
It's a
yeah.
good. I had doubts at first. I was like, it doesn't really have anything in it, but he just like huddles up and he just moves in a Death Star with the Silent King, the Wraiths, and the Reanimator and a DVA just in a fucking line.
Does he have Sarahs? I don't think he does, right?
No,
Yeah. Which, yeah, I think that's another thing you could
but it's
definitely
just
have
it's like
potentially.
the Silent King. It's just having the Silent King, I guess.
It's so good though, and he does sound like
Yeah,
he's up
it's
for
just a
high.
great model. Everybody that shits on the Silent King does not know what they're on about, in my opinion. I think he's fantastic.
I'd love him to be a little bit cheaper, but I can
I
understand
think
why
he's
he's not.
reasonably priced.
It's 420 points
Um,
is a lot for a unit that degrades
yeah,
so badly, but he does offer so much.
you can ignore mods is really valuable
Yes.
and rerolls. But yeah, it was a very good list.
I mean,
He did really well.
we're not surprised that he did well. I mean, he came second to Warmasters last year, I think.
Yeah, he's like the best Necron player really out there, or like one of. Like,
Absolutely,
he is one of the best players out
absolutely.
there, and they did amazing. They didn't take knights or anything. It was really impressive. This guy's from. So I'm just going to go through all the people we played as well that played Necrons. So I just want to cover Arno because he
What,
was
what
the best Necron, one
what's
of the
this
best.
guy's second name? I can't how
This
you
guy,
pronounce it. Yeah,
not even going to try, mate.
you didn't even ask him when you were playing against him.
No. I was more focused on trying to sort out his coherency because this guy was like not putting stuff in coherency at all.
I didn't think you
So
could
as a
get involved in the games.
yes, I can if there's rules mistakes.
Okay.
So I was on point constantly. Like so first round we played against China, and the guy's coherency was out constantly with his race, like way too strung out.
Yeah.
And he also resed with not res healed with the Technomancer on a wraith that was like on the other end of the line.
Yeah, you can only do 6 inches.
Yes, model to model.
Hmm.
And I told the judge, I was like, basically you can't go to the table and be like, you've got this wrong. You have to
Yeah.
approach a ref and then tell
Yeah.
them the situation. Then they approach the table and say that somebody's seen it.
Mm.
If you like interfere with the game in any way, you get carded.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Or
why I
you can
thought you
like
weren't allowed to.
yeah, or you can tell them with their coach present. So you like go to the coach and be like, yeah, I'm just noticing something the player's done. Like, George, come over and we'll talk about it. Whatever. And so basically, yeah, he was this guy. His list was not good, and it wasn't like I'm not just saying that to to be belittling or degrading anybody, because sometimes people take lists that other people don't understand. But I literally played this list, and I was like, "There's no secret sauce. It's just not good."
Yeah, Overlord. I'm already seeing Overlord with translocation shards, which
Yeah. So
probably
he
goes with
had
Warriors. Yeah.
said, "Look, triple Plasmancer with the Veil, triple Scorpet Lord, Technomancer, 5 Immortals, and an Overlord that went up with one of the Immortal squads as well. And then just like no Thralls for the Wraiths, and then two
Yeah.
DDAs. He played against Courtney, and he just and Imperial Knights, like obviously just like move forward, touch a piece of terrain, shoot through it. But he just put like a DDA in the open, and he just got fucking blown up first turn, no counterpunch. Deployed a DDA behind a building where he couldn't get it out of like where it was. Like it was just not amazing, and yeah, it just wasn't that good of a list. I just don't know what it was like. He did really well into T Suns, into Malta's T Suns. He like 16 forward the T Sun player. I was like, how the fucking hell? But he kept on getting his coherency wrong, like really bad. And I took a photo of his race coherency, and it was insane. And so I told the judge, I was like, this guy's, and he stole the point basically off Canis because his coherency was so bad. But then he corrected it, and he didn't steal the point anymore. And that's basically what I had to do. Is that if I saw something that was wrong, I'd have to tell the ref, and I had to do it a lot,
Right.
mostly around the Necron tables because I know the rules so well.
Yeah. Plus, it's easy
Yeah.
for people to try and to get it wrong when you're under pressure at time as well. To the coherency can be an issue sometimes. I've noticed a lot of people have that problem. Even I've had it occasionally, but I try. Yeah, you try your best not to.
hmm So so yeah, his list wasn't amazing, but I think he only got like 12 Courtney, because something happened. He got like a bit more points at the end of the game when he shouldn't have. But we won the round anyway. And then we've got this is China's player, Chris Almich. He's actually American, but he played for Team China. Team China were insanely good. Seed 4 team, very new to WTC last year, incredibly good. The only reason they didn't do as well, is because their Chaos Knight player was their coach, and because their Chaos Knight player had visa issues, and they drew. Oh, sorry, they lost their round by 1 point 3 times, which is absolutely mental. I watched NAS lock a Chaos Knight army in their deployment zone for 5 turns straight, and 20 0'd him. I was like, this is insane. It was like mesmerizing watching him play,
Yeah.
because he was just like throwing guard. He was like throwing guardsmen, like moving his tanks up, getting his guys out, throwing the tanks forward. Next turn, he'd be throwing the guardsmen out, and he was just stopping him moving out of his deployment zone. But anyway, this guy played against Tom with Tom's GSC. It's 18 race, the Silent King, and 2 DDAs. That's it. And on supply drop, that is absolutely horrible to play against. He played it really well against Tom. He basically like used the race to create a circle almost around the Silent King, so he could never reach him with his rapid fire guns.
Yeah.
And then the Silent King, like went to the middle and then just sat there. And Tom, it was like a 10 or an 11 to
I,
that guy.
ironically, Race is really good at killing GSC as well. The pistols are good enough, and then the melee is good enough.
You can't use the pistols
Why?
because they'll go back into the sky.
Yeah, but sometimes that's okay. You know
No,
why?
it isn't, because then they get fucking ignores cover and sustain lethal again.
But everything's got a 4 pinball, so you don't really care.
You do, because you don't want to. You just tag them, like you just tag them, and then use the Silent King just to kill them all. Like that's a much easier way. Like if you just screen them out when they drop and they're not close by. Like if you let them go back up, it just lets them be good again. There's no point doing that. You might as well just kill them while they're on the ground. I think letting them go back up is a mistake, because it just unlocks all of their strats again. But he played it really well. Then this guy was our viewer, Team Latvia. He's the one that, not Latvia, sorry, Austria. Sorry. Austria. I was like walking around the tables, and he was, and as I said, he was like, "Are you Matt?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I watch your podcast." I was like, "Fucking what?" And yeah, he's got pretty much the standard list. Apart from I tried this version with a locust brick. Yeah, I didn't like it very much. I preferred the more Scorpex.
I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, they do like half kill a night, which is cool, but then they just died immediately.
280 points.
Yeah, it's not my thing. Like, but I was speaking to Matt Morrisoli, who was playing on Team Australia, and he was playing Liam Hackett's list. And I was like, "Why have you got the double destroyer brick?" And he's like, "Well, I tried single destroyer, and I just didn't. I preferred double because it just gives you like the ability to kill something on an objective that's like at range without having to like send your warriors if there's in case there's something a melee threat
Yeah,
behind the wall." But I was like, well, for me, I just don't play that much.
but that's 560 points for those 2 bricks.
Yeah,
That's nearly 3 DDAs. So
yeah,
I think I'd rather have the 3 DDAs than.
I mean they were still cool, but yeah, this guy, I told basically I said he's playing Imperial Knights. The guy had 20 owed Imperial Knights earlier in the tournament, and I was like, you can win this game 100%. Literally just toe onto the objective outside of 17 inches for your expansion, and then with one knight, and then with the other 3 big knights, stage aggressively so he can't tag your first turn with the warriors. And then in a place where, like, even if you have to advance, let him have the primary in the middle, and then just run around the side and try and tack the barge and stuff. Because the guy picked a board as well, which was kind of shit for him, and I don't know why. They first dropped with this, which was weird. But I was like, just pick a board that's like, or just he's picked a board that's bad. Just go around the side and Or if he doesn't come out in the open, just activate into the Warriors 4 times with 4 big knights, and then charge and clear them off. Just clear them away, because then he's going to have to spend resources to res because he'll have a Calidus nearby, and stuff like that. And you'll be able to just keep kicking him off then, as long as you get the first kick and not and kill enough.
Yep.
Instead, he put 2 big knights in the centre.
Got
Let
tagged.
them get charged by the Warriors, and because he'd strung out the Warriors, he rolled a fucking 11, and then swung right onto to Co's expansion and took the objective off him, and then tagged 3 big knights. And I was like, ooh, I was like, this is not looking good now.
No.
So I told Co after the game the mistake he made, even though I told him what to do, but it's fine.
I mean,
And
if I was playing this matchup with this list, I'd feel confident of winning.
yeah, but
Like
we
you
wanted him
still,
to get a 10. We were
no, I
like,
mean the Necron player, I'd be comfortable winning against knights.
yeah, but
You've
we
got
wanted Co to get a 10.
you've got enough damage here to actually kill a knight a turn, which is enough against big knights.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
You don't kill a knight a turn.
You can kill a knight's turn with this list.
How?
What do you mean how? Scroll down. So you can get a good amount of warriors close by, reroll hits for lethals, and then
So, which is
your
2 CP. Yep, carry on.
sure, that's fine. You've got the CP,
No,
and then
you don't,
you've got
because it's first turn.
your Scorpec Lords, Scorpec Lord, and the Locusts.
Yeah, they did charge into Canis and did a lot of damage.
Yep. And
I
then
watched
so
that.
you use them to kill, and you got your chip damage elsewhere. He then hits back, kills the Scorpex, you get your character back up, and then you just rinse and repeat. And as his numbers dwindle, you can focus fire more, and you
He
can just
literally doesn't kill a knight a turn.
well. When I played your list as a practice game, I killed 3 big knights in 3 turns.
Well, you got incredibly lucky.
I would say otherwise, but
No, you do not do 26 damage to a knight in one turn with like every single turn throughout the whole game with this list. Like I just don't see it.
okay.
The Scorpex will just die after one activation.
Yeah, it is. I mean, your list had 2 squads of Scorpex, right?
It
And
did.
a third
I
of
couldn't get them into the knights when I played Alex, which was my mistake because I picked a shit board. So I couldn't stage, and that's probably why I couldn't kill one. But I just don't see how this is killing a big knight turn. Like, you'd have to get quite lucky. And it's only turn 1, so he's got 2 CP. Is he going to waste both of his CPs on
No,
reroll?
you don't. You don't on that turn, but you wait until the warriors die, res, but they're all kind of resing towards the center, so you get
But they
that.
shouldn't have been doing any of that because he shouldn't have been close. So,
Well,
like,
yes, true.
if he stages behind the wall, because it's like that Thunderdome one where there's like 2 big L shapes facing the middle on themselves. Like, if he just stays behind that wall and then just moves from that point forward, he can completely block off, like in a line, like the whole area, so the warriors can't even come all the way around. And he would have just completely blocked him off the primary, while another Atropos is like moving down the side with Hellrins to then like cover the objectives. You can't kill all of those knights quick enough.
No,
Yeah, they get gummed up, but
you just have the ability to kill a specific one. Sometimes that's it, but you can't. It's not like you play
he
Starjack.
spiked a lot on this Scorpex squad. Like, he really did. I was watching him and I was like, fucking hell. Like, he did like 14 damage with just the Scorpex,
Yeah, that's a good.
maybe more.
That's a good amount.
Yeah, I was like, fucking Christ. But yeah, it was. I mean, he did like Corny did well to claw it back. I was looking at the board and he was predicting an 8, and then I looked at the board and I was like, adding it up in my head. I was like, Courtney's getting 20 primary probably this game. The guy's getting 50, so that's already a 16-4. And then like Corney's going to get challenger cards into secondaries, so he'll catch up. And then this guy obviously is not that great at secondaries either, so I was like, it's probably going to be like a 5. And he got a 6. So like, it was a crazy game to watch. The guy knew what he was doing, and to be honest, this guy cleanest warriors I've ever seen played. Not clean as in like really well played, but he'd be 2 inch marker,
Hmm.
like everything, like precariously like 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch. If he lost a warrior by pulling out of coherency, he'd put a dice there to tell him that he needed to put one back into coherency.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it was a cool idea. He was like, he'd pull one away and put a dice there, and he'd be like, okay, I'm going to pull this one, this one. And he's like, okay, res. And then he'd like replace all the dice so he knew. I mean, I just do it by looking, but it was really clean. And then there's another guy that we played against. Where is he now? Where am I? Where am I? His name has Necron in it, so. Is that loaded? Yeah. David Necron. Andicus. Team Spain. This guy played on stream with Alex, and Alex was like, "Oh Matt, how do I do into this?" I was like, "You win this game." I was like, "You win this game every single time," because like he had two. The guy, so the list is two Catan, Locust Brick, two Wraith Bricks. That's it. I was like, "You do not lose this game ever." I was like, "There's no way Thousand Suns lose this game." And this guy was, what's the best way of saying this? Like, not amazing at Necrons, or like I don't. I want to say that I don't think it was he knows Necrons that well, but he's got Necron in his name, so because he used the res strat on a Locust Lord and moved
Yeah,
his wraiths into the center to
can't
kill.
can't do like a slowed rate.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's why I said he used it though.
Hmm.
He still did it, and then he moved a squad of his wraith into the center to kill 10 Zangors. And even if he did kill them, it's not a very good trade, but he didn't. And then he lost the entire race squad.
Yeah,
He lost the entire. He moved the locust brick out to shoot a vortex beast and lost the entire brick. And then he had like two Catan coming up the side of the board. That one of them hit a 9-inch charge into a vortex beast and it died, and that died. And then Alex just ignored the other one and tabled him. And yeah, it was rough. And I was like, mate, you smash this. I think you should absolutely smash this. He just can't deal with your damage output. He can't even get to you. You just put Magnus in -1 damage when you think he's in any slight bit of danger, and that's
yeah.
it. And yeah, it was a bit rough. But he played it on stream if you want to watch Alex play. Alex is a very, very good T-Sims player. He's probably one of the best in the UK. So, and he did really well this week. So, if anybody wants to watch that game, then you can watch T-Sims smash some Necrons, which doesn't make me feel that happy. Um, and then there's one more. I think. No, I think that's it. That's all the Necron lists. So yeah, it was a good tournament for Necrons. I think overall, like Necrons had a pretty good run overall. I think there were some strong Necron players at WTC, and they did a really good job. And they were a very good asset on the eights. What do you think?
I'm disappointed that there weren't more. To be honest.
There were a lot more than last year.
Hmm.
I'm just going to open my window. It's pretty hot.
Yeah, I think a lot of armies didn't take Necrons because they just felt like it wasn't an army that could get 20 O's easily, and then you always want that option. And they're a decent blunting list, but then they probably had other blunting lists that they could blunt with anyway.
Mm.
And especially if you're going down, because we saw a lot of warriors and wraiths, especially wraiths. If you know how to beat wraiths, then the game's pretty easy after that, right? And if you don't know
Yeah.
how, like you get a lot of wins with armies because people don't necessarily know what to do against them straight away. Whereas at that event, everyone's going to know how to deal with wraiths. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised there were so many. Uh, But obviously, the really good players are doesn't matter what they play, they're always going to do well.
Yeah,
So it comes down to small bits after that, but the top players are always going to do well no matter what they play.
yeah. It was cool to see like some of the lists that people were taking, not just for Necrons, but
Hmm.
for everything. Like Eldar was very popular because they were really good into knights. I can't believe we managed to get Tony into Imperial Knights 3 games in a row. Like, how the hell that happened, I just don't know. Um,
Yeah, pairings, of course. Doing
they're pretty good at pairing, it seems. Like, they were pretty good. We just
yeah.
managed to trap Imperial Knights 3 games in a row with GSC or.
I mean, maybe they thought that it was a good matchup for them, but
Yeah, it's not.
well, some people honestly you look at like we have disagreements over what we think a good matchup. Sometimes I say, "Oh, this is a bad matchup," and you're like, "No, this is really good," or vice versa. And just how you play and the experiences you've had in those games. So some people and the
Yeah.
practice that you have, maybe you practice against the wrong thing, or in a practice game you just get outrageously lucky without realizing that you're getting lucky. And you can go into a game with the false confidence that you've actually got a good matchup when maybe you don't. And we don't know what the pairings matrix of your opponents are because they might have it down as a win for some
Well, a
reason.
good example of that is round one against China. They paired their Tyranids into our T-Sons
Hmm.
after we defended with T-Sons and they attacked with Tyranids, and Alex was like, I'll take that. Because he knew that he'd 20 it. He was
Yeah,
like, I'm going to smash this list. But his opponent had never lost into T-Sons before,
yeah,
so he thought it was good for him. And then Alex just proved him wrong. And it's literally just like a case of who actually knows better.
yeah.
And
The quality of your practice games
yeah,
as well makes a big difference.
yeah.
And
Just if you practice against shit people, it's not going to make you like score. It's not going to prove your point when you go against somebody really good.
yeah,
It's just not.
yeah. So that might happen quite a bit. Especially in the lower seed teams where they might not have taken it quite as seriously as some of the higher seed teams because
Yeah.
they want to do well, but they know they're realistically not going to win, so
Mm.
they might not have put as much time and effort in. In that case, maybe he's played it 3 or 4 times and thought it was good, and decided not to put more time in, and they thought, oh look, this is a good matchup for us, and now it's not.
We had a couple like that for us. Like we thought some games were good, and then they weren't. And it's about like all teams is really at the basic level is being able to predict a score and getting the score that you predict.
Yeah, or maybe slightly better, but not wildly underestimating your score, so the pairings get affected because of that. Yeah,
Just know what you're good into, and know,
yeah,
and just just know, just know what you're gonna get. And you've really got to think about it. Really got to don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna get zero. Are you really going to lose by more than 50 points? Like, do you actually think that that's going to happen?
I don't
Like,
think that there would be many games where I would ever believe that I would lose by more than 50 points.
yeah, I mean, playing Necrons are quite privileged because it's very difficult to get zeroed as Necrons because we're so good at just bringing it good, keeping games close. Um, but yeah, it's like Reds don't. No, Jack Ty always tells me it's like red. I don't think Reds and Greens exist in 40k. I think he thinks that, which I kind of agree with, that as long as both players play it correctly, then you shouldn't really get blown out in any way unless something really unlucky happens.
I mean,
Like
that's
so
the
it's
game
not
balance, right?
yeah, it's not down to like the army itself. It's just that one person plays it better than the other.
Yeah, and a lot. If you look at a lot of the games that a lot of big tournaments, sorry, that you see a lot of big players go to, they always kind of end up near the top, and that regardless of what they play or who they play, and that's because they're just really good players,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why,
Like
like
France winning WTC twice and
exactly,
Warmasters twice.
yeah,
They have good players,
consistent.
and we were 4 points off, coming like sixth.
We
Like
came
four
12.
battle points. Yeah, 4 battle points. If we won that round, we would have come sixth. So it's just the swing of the dice. Like we played against Poland and Germany, who were really good,
Yeah.
and you can just tell like they knew their matchups better than we did in some places. And watching Skark play is crazy. Like
Who?
he's Skark. He's a long-time member of their team. Usually, like the Smash player, just plays and smashes opponents. He's like an older guy, bald, skinny, just so good. Watching him play Warhammer's like I said to the guys, I was like, it's like you're playing against a pre-recorded person. Like they're just playing the game, and then you're just sat there like just you can't do anything about it. It's already fate. It's happened. Like he measures like he has bases for every single unit he's running because he's running knights, and he's measuring everywhere these bases can go, and he's planned out his entire turn in his command phase visually
Yeah.
for the opponent. And he's like, yeah, we're going to move here and shoot there. We're going to move here, shoot there, charge there, do this. Oh, and within 12, he measures all the charges in his command phase, everything, puts dice next to it, and then he moves it all one at a time, and then and then it's just he knows like these maps like the back of his hand. Like, yeah, I can touch here, and then now I'm moving here, and it's like he's not moving like in a random place where you're like just placing a model anywhere in in this spot. He's kind of just like this here, there, and it's crazy to watch. It really is. And somebody that's that good. But, I mean, people might say that about us that it's like well they do stuff, but it's just impressive. Like there's always someone better than you. And
Always.
just watching that kind of shit, it's just that's what I enjoyed about it the most. Just like the world's best players all in one room, and you just get to talk to them. You're just like, as long as you're a normal person and you're not weird about it, you just like go up and say hi,
Yeah.
have a chat with them.
Every player's got something that you can learn from them. It
Definitely,
doesn't matter how good they are, what they play. There's always something that they've seen that you haven't seen. So
yeah. Like you stop learning when you become arrogant of your own abilities. So, like you just just watching people. I'm like, wow, that is so cool. And even it's like people from lower C teams. Like there's no disrespect to any of them. I'm like they all deserve to be there. Doesn't matter where they place or like how good they are compared to me. It's like Malta's a seed 3 team, and like the demon guy, like he is good. He basically just had a horde list, and it's hard to play. And just watching Greg just get jailed in his deployment zone for 5 full battle rounds. The only reason Greg actually scored any points is because he drew a challenger card, area denial, and he had to fall back his Sagittar over his opponent's units, not blow up, kill everything in the middle to then hold the primary, get area denial, get his challenge card, and then he had to kill some stuff off another point to get 15. And he pulled all of those points back at the end and got 4. And we won the round because of that. Like it was incredible. It was like it's impressive. Against China, the only reason we didn't draw is because Greg passed a leadership 8 battle shock test to get the 15 primary at the end of the game, and Courtney did the same thing. He had a battle shock test and he passed it and got the 15 at the end.
yeah,
And there was like 6 points, 6 diff points, just meant we won the round.
I think in one of my practice games with your list, I failed a battle shock which gave my opponent like 25, nearly 30 points just because I failed that battle shock.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much can hang on one roll of the dice.
Exactly.
When you up the stakes, you kind of hope that it goes in your favor. So
Yeah. And being better as a player is like making sure that you've got fail safes
yeah,
if you don't hit that charge.
redundancy as well.
Yeah, because if you lose a game because you failed a single charge, then it probably was losing to begin with, and you had to make the risk. That you should be
Yeah,
like using your models to the fullest
but
in every way. It's like when I played against Liam, Guardian Defenders. How many Eldar players would you probably bet if they had Guardian Defenders, they just leave them on the backfield? A lot, right? Probably like just scream. Like just this 10-man unit. You're like, yeah, this sits on my home. Turn one. gone up the board. Sticky is home, gone. Sent fucking straight up the board, and was just like, yeah, I'm going to use this as a 20 OC missile to charge in Necron Warriors.
Yeah.
They died, but they took the primary off me, which won him the game. And he's just like using his. He's like, he told me, he was like, if you're not using your whole army, then how do you expect to win?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like,
You got to get the most out of your army.
don't sit your DDAs at the back. Like, don't push them up. They're 5 OC.
The 5OC, and they're quite. They've got 4 pinball.
Yeah, the 4 pinball. If you played against a DDA as somebody that wasn't running Necrons, would you be scared of that DDA? Would you think that you can kill it easily?
Well,
Probably
yeah.
not.
Well,
You probably would be scared of it, and you probably wouldn't think you could kill it.
mhm,
And so just send it up, get the OC on there, charge stuff with it, tag things.
mhm.
Just if your unit is not doing anything and you know it won't die, tag stuff. Just fucking send it into the models, tagging everything. I love tagging things. It's
Yeah.
like it's the most annoying shit ever. Just not doing
Activating
anything.
activating your whole army while your opponent only activates half of theirs is a pretty good recipe for winning a game.
Yeah, like when you get more advanced in Warhammer, you start to see like move blocks, tagging, doing like micro where you can like manipulate pile and consolidates all these like extra movements, and that's how you win. Like all these little fucking movements, these little weird things.
A couple
Like
of
playing
points
on
there and
these,
there is enough
yeah,
sometimes.
just like oh this guy because I position this guy in the right spot and I can now move him, not base. So now I can move him again on the consolidate. Now I'm on the point. It's like I do that all the time. It's like playing the Warriors has taught me all this like micro strategy so much, and it's really helpful. But that's why it's so hard to play initially, I think, because it's not just about not dying. It's about doing
There's a
all these little movements.
there's a certain amount that you'll gain from just okay, I'm going to play these warriors. They're not going to die, and then you're going to get a certain amount of game wins because of that. But
Yeah.
then as you progress and then you start to learn all the nuances of how to play them, that's then going to help you turn 1 and 2 point losses into 1 and 2 point wins.
It's
And
when you start playing the hard armies, the armies that are sometimes good into you,
yeah,
and it's not outplaying those armies. Like I don't think that wraiths in Star Shatter flat out beat warriors. I think there's ways to beat it by you can always outplay your opponent.
exactly.
Like
And they can make mistakes, and so you can put them in
yeah,
positions where they've got three options. One of them is a big mistake, one of them's bad for you, one of them's good, average, and they might just pick the bad one half the times.
it's like I always say that you can't really push with warriors. Sorry, Necrons, because they're just always doing it.
Mm.
They're just always like they're not like an army where it's like yeah I'm going to do this risky play, because a risky play is either like poking out with your guns and hoping you kill something, which is always risky with DDAs,
Yeah,
or just like trying to hit a longer charge with like a long charge with Scorpex. Because there's been a lot of conversation that people have been asking recently about like what is a push, and it's some people more beginners will think that it's just sending your army out when it's not. It's about like assessing a play that you're going to do is going to get you more points in the end by like winning more, or if it like goes wrong, is it going to lose you points?
yeah. So if you're playing a game and your coach comes over and says you need to push now, then you start taking higher risk plays that if they will go off, you're going to get loads of points because that's all that matters. You need those points, and if it doesn't matter what happens in the rest of the game, if you're not going to get those points because you're not going to help the team, you draw no matter what you do, or if this risky play works, then you've won. But if you don't need to push, then you're going to play it a bit more carefully and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you don't lose. And it's
Mm-hmm.
it's a skill that if you want to be a good player in teams, you need as well. So
So a lot of the time, for knights like Jack, I won't stop ranting and raving about how good Jack was at WTC to coach because I'd come over to the table. He'd be ready. Sometimes some players at the event were like locked in on the game. It was so difficult to get a score out of them because you need to know what's going on, so you can tell the rest of your team, and then you know where the round's at. And it was so hard to like get a score out of some people, but Jack was like, just I'd come over to the table, he'd be like, "It's looking like this. Like I can carry on being like this, and it'll end like this at a minimum. If he pushes into me, it'll probably end like this. If I get a chance, maybe I could do this, and it can go up. But if it fails, then it's probably not that risky, and it might just go down at one.
Yeah,
Fucking god, you cannot ask for more than that. And he hit his matrix every single fucking game. And
that's exactly what you want.
and Chaos Knights just sit behind a wall, like in the bad matchups, and they're like, I'm not going to play. Like, come get me. I'm just going to take this small loss because I'm already in a bad game. I'm just going to hold my home, potentially hold my expansion if you're on a good map for it, because you can't push into it easily because it's got so many guns. And but he played against the Chaos Knight Mirror, and I've never seen him sweat so much in my entire life because he's against like knights with the fucking battle cannon, not the battle cannon, the volcano cannon, like the big knight killing cannon.
Yeah,
The guy comes out to like push into not Alex, sorry, Jack, and he's like, and if Jack doesn't do anything, then this guy just gets to like move again and then shoot Jack. Fuck's sake, I kept doing that all weekend, all week, and he's like, I need to go. If I don't go, I'm screwed. So I have to go, and we're like, okay, just do it. It doesn't. It's not like a big deal. As long as you can not lose too many points from it, it's like, no, I have to. He moves out, shoots 4 knights into Knight Tyrant, doesn't kill it. 2 Atropos, doesn't kill it. And he's like, this is going to go really bad now. So then this guy shoots his entire army into one of Jack's vehicles and doesn't kill it. Oh, and then Jack shoots again and does kill
yeah.
several things and then wins the game.
It,
And it's literally just like that. But
it can be hard to work out what's going to happen. Like the number of times that the ITTs of my captain would come over and say, "How's it going?" And it's like, well, at the moment it's like this, but this is his go turn, so it depends on what happens at the end of his
yeah,
turn.
you need to say like come back in a turn. That's pretty.
Yeah,
It happened a lot
yeah,
of
and
times.
like this go turn will determine the outcome of the game. Either I get a massive win, or it's a really close game after this because I've got loads of stuff left alive, or I've got nothing left alive, and it is quite tricky. But then you come back the following turn, it's like, well, actually, it all depends on this turn, and see what happens now. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean that comes from just playing the game a lot
Yeah,
and seeing how these these things go and what you can expect. And okay, every now and then you're going to say it's going to happen like this, and then it doesn't because the dice really spike in their favor. And but that's
yeah. Just don't panic. And when somebody asks you for a score, just look at your whole game. What you think they're going to score primary. What you think you're going to score primary. So you can sort of work out secondaries, and then you can give a proper score. Then don't just be like, oh, probably somewhere around here. And then I get like so much to be like, it's probably anything between 10 and 14. What does what does that mean? So I have to put the lowest because you're just gonna. I
yeah,
can't put 14, and then we're like, yeah, we're sound, but we're not.
yeah, yeah, okay,
But it was. That is just a good thing to do because I know teams are becoming a massive thing now, and Necrons are really good for teams. Um, like, oh yeah, and also, I forgot to mention earlier. Are we still doing a live one at some point?
oh
In a
yeah, we
couple of
are.
weeks.
We're going to do
So
this.
we're going to try and do a live. We're going to do this, but live because we don't edit it anyway. So why not?
500 subs, baby! Woo!
500 subs, woohoo! Yeah, we're going to do a live one, and then I'm also now that I've got some free time, I'm going to try and look into setting up our own Discord. I've had quite a few people ask me about our own Discord, so we're going to set up one. It's
Yeah,
not going to be paid or anything. It's literally just going to be like an open Discord. And then if there ends up being some kind of tiers within it at a later date, we'll discuss that.
yeah,
But probably just an open one where you can just chat to us about Necron stuff.
yeah. And we'll probably start advertising when we're going to do it and finding a time to do it, and then we'll see
Hmm.
if anyone has any questions they want.
I'd say now that WTC is over, I've got more time for it, but I'm pretty sure the process starts again in 2 weeks. So it's
Then we've
once.
got a 2 week window to hit, Matt. All right.
Yeah, let's do that. Fucking easy peasy. But I mean, are we going to cover Meta Monday and then we'll call it?
Yeah, we took on my little RTT maybe.
Oh yes, of course. How did your RCT go while I set this up?
Yeah, I just went to a little local RTT. I looked at my schedule with my new job and stuff and figured I'm not going to have the most amount of time to practice for London. So I thought instead of taking something stupid, which I was trying to do, but mostly involved painting an obelisk, and I wouldn't have the time to do that, I thought I'll just use this time to make a few changes to my star share list and see how it performs. And then I'll make a few other changes and see how that performs and see what I can come up with for
Mm-hmm.
London. Round one, I played into Space Wolves, the new Space Wolves. I hadn't played them before. It wasn't like super meta list. It was on Dawn of War, I think. And it was really, he went first. He staged quite nicely. I had to throw away my 5 Praetorians that I'd put in just to move block his squad of Wolfen, which turns out when they got anti-vehicle, anti-monster 3 up with 3 damage, is actually pretty good against an army full of vehicles. So I had to block them for a turn and try and kill everything else. And
Mm-hmm.
turns out DDAs, when you got 3 DDAs that haven't moved, pointing at a squad of Thunderwolf cavalry with 4 wounds, they don't last very long.
Yes, that
Yeah,
is true.
so we've they can try and jail us, but we've got the tools to just kill them. So yeah, I think the Space Wolves is a pretty good matchup for us now. Having just played
Mm-hmm.
one game, obviously, like I need to get a few more games in. But
Yeah, I think it's all right. It depends on the build. Depends on what you're
yeah,
running.
so he was playing the Beast Master Slayer or something. I can't remember the exact name of his
Beast
cast,
Slayers.
but it was really tricky because he had a unit which reacted moves, but also blood surges. So getting close to charge was impossible because he can just move away. And then you shoot him and he comes closer to you if he wants to, but doesn't necessarily have to. So it's quite a tricky little passage of play early on to try and work out the best approach because he stuck his open in this mid L that was in
Mm.
the medium one, and I'm just thinking I can't get around to shoot it. I can't move up to melee it, and I can't shoot him out of line of sight because he's going to get an instant charge the following turn. So
Mm.
yeah, that was a bit tricky, but I scored 100 points in that one, and yeah, the army did quite well. Round two, I played Host of Ascension GSC. My first game against GSC without Tesseract Vault.
Mm.
I missed it. I really did. It's
Yeah, I bet.
but he made one kind of big mistake in the mid game, and that was he went for the Silent King with 2 of his neophyte squads, and he did I think 7 wounds in total to it.
That's not likely.
Yeah, he rolled kind of badly. Oh, and in the first game against Space Force, I don't think my opponent made an invul save in the first 3 turns. Like I'd hand him 4 saves, he might make one at best. It was genuinely kind of wow. All right, like, I hope this happens to me. If I do really well at London and get towards the
Mm-hmm.
back end of the tournament, I hope I get my opponent dice rolling like this because this is insane. And it was. And against the GSC player. Um, yeah, it just kind of bounced, and then I just activated my whole army and just picked up quite a lot of his. And even with the things coming back, there wasn't enough damage there to hurt the big things. Like when they're all in your face, when you've got 3 DDAs, the king in your and a spider in your face, it was a bit difficult for him to kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I got a bit lucky with the king not dying, but -1 damage, feel no pain, and one he didn't get ignores cover on one of his units because they were on the table when they activated. So then I had like 2 up and 3 up saves instead of 4 ups, which makes a big difference when you're dealing with his volume. And then round three, I played against Warhost Eldari. Oh yeah, little casual switcheroo there. I
I
see.
look like I'm actually looking at you while I'm looking
No,
at you.
no, look away. But yeah, I played against Warhouse Eldari. Um, i- Indirect on the king
I'm
was
just
really nice. What?
looking at you. I'm just looking at you.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, you're this way.
My camera's flipped, so I have to look in the opposite
Uh-huh.
direction. Well, yeah, it was that close of a game. I think a couple of dice rolls here and there might have made it, but my list is pretty good in 12 Diary in general. He didn't have. I don't think he had any fire dragons, funnily
I thought
enough.
you were in for fun list. What happened to that?
I tried to, but because of work and I
Yeah.
I signed up right at the last minute like I usually do.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was trying to find a fun list that I wouldn't have to paint and a whole obelisk or another Tesseract vault to get done. And because I knew I wasn't going to have the time. Because Friday night was my last day at my old job, so I was going to have some drinks and get back late anyway. So there was no way of painting the Friday, and the Thursday I was working anyway. So it was just, yeah, I thought, look, I'm gonna have to just use this as an actual event to test out some tweaks to my Star Shadow list because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to have much opportunity before London to do that.
Yeah,
And yeah,
fair
it
enough.
kind of worked. Praetorians were nice. Um, the movement later, they're really good late in the game, especially against someone like Eldari, where they can charge one unit, tag like a Falcon or a Wave Serpent, and then fall back and charge something on the home objective really late, and because they have less damage output,
Mm.
they recover reasonably well. And the strat to reanimate at the end of your fight phase is actually quite nice towards the end of the game when you just need to get one model back to auto see something. So
Mm-hmm.
they were, hitting on twos was also quite nice. It turns out when you hit on twos, that feels.
Yeah,
And maybe I should just start playing custodies, right? Because they just hit on twos all the time. And then
that's
I wouldn't
true.
have to jump through hoops by playing detachments to give me +1 or anything like that. So yeah, the Praetorians was a nice addition. I'm going to try them out tomorrow again against Thousand Suns and Imperial Knights, and
Nice.
we'll see how they do again. But yeah, I won the
Nice one.
RTT, which was nice. It's been a while since I've actually been to an RTT, so it's nice to just kind of go out and just have some chill games, not have to worry
Hmm.
about whether or not I'm going to do well, and you know, I can just go out and play some games, and the result doesn't really matter. Just there to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's
And
been a while since I've been to an RTT.
yeah, I mean, I'm looking back here. The last RTT I went to was April, I think, or
Damn.
maybe there was one at the start of May that was on a Monday. There's a couple I can get to on Mondays, but in terms of weekends, the last weekend RTT was last year probably.
Alright, let's have a little look at Meta Monday.
It doesn't make good
Um,
reading. It really doesn't.
does it not?
No,
Oh, we'll do a quick one.
we,
Quick
we've
little
we've
scan.
we've dropped down to 4.2.
Oh, Death Guard. Well done, Death Guard players. Weak
Oh yeah,
faction.
Death Guard winning everything.
It's a weak
Uh,
faction.
There's going to be a data slate soon, so it'd be nice. I don't
Grey
know.
Knights are doing better than us. Fuck me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Scintillating Legion. How many fucking players is that? Players. One. Let's go. Chad.
Yeah,
Chad Scintillating Legion.
48% win rate, so in the realms of
Lost, brother.
acceptability for us.
Where are we? Oh god, we've just gone
We're
too far.
we're above Chaos Knights somehow.
Oh, what is wrong with you people?
Somehow we're above Chaos Knights.
It makes no sense. Everyone's building to be it, I guess. Canoptic Court 38% win rate. Damn, I guess that is fucking fifth best.
Yeah,
I guess that truly is fifth best.
I mean, Star Shatter and Awakened. I think there's arguments for both, and it's very
You
close.
cannot convince me that Canoptic Core, by the way, is good into fucking Knights. I'm looking at you, Mark.
Oh,
You
I don't.
cannot.
Yeah,
Mark said that it was good into Chaos Knight, into Knights, and it just isn't.
no. I mean, okay, it will be if you play DDAs and Catans, right? And you
Yeah,
just don't play
well,
any Canoptic stuff. But then
yes, yes,
it's like playing Annihilation Legion without
yes.
any
Very
Annihilation
good.
stuff.
Fucking hell.
But
And 19 players for Awakened, 20 for Starshire.
yeah, very
Very
similar
well
win
played.
rates. So
Yeah, well done, dudes.
yeah, with the
Let's
data
see
type
who's.
stuff,
Look
it
at
looks
Admech, my boys. I'm and look at me like that. I've been playing Radzone, so when I get fucking Radzone army, you'll see that there. 8%
good.
win rate because I'll
I,
lose a game,
I look forward to playing against you.
mate. You'll lose.
Sure, I'm happy to lose games. So you
The
learn a lot when you
breaches, the breaches will one shot you with anything.
now just indirect them with 2 Tesseract Bubbles and kill you.
Oh yeah, two Tesseract Bolts, very good. There we go. He's playing two Tesseract Bolts now, ladies and gentlemen.
When I
He's not.
paid the
He's
second
not getting out of his deployment zone.
Don't need to. I've got 2 Tesseracts.
You need to get on the objectives. From what I'm aware, yeah, Jakari, Reaper's Wager apparently quite good. 20 dead at Warmasters. Scary did.
That's scary though, right?
Yeah, I
That,
met him again. Super fucking nice dude. He's coming on the fucking podcast, boys. By the way, to talk about Drakari.
yeah, that's gonna
I just
be
need
good.
to message him again. I've spoken to him already, so he's going to come on the podcast. We're getting some bigger names.
I mean, bigger names. We've already had some big names.
Bigger.
It's very insulting to the people we've already had.
Who have we already had? Vic. Yeah, Vic's a big name. Who else? Ratnu. Who else?
Alex
Alex. Yeah,
and
we're getting some bigger names.
okay.
But Scary is a big name compared to them. No,
Oh,
I'm
I
not.
mean,
It's not an insult to them.
In Drakari world, he is the biggest name.
Like he's one of the most well-known 40k players in the world.
Yes,
So
he's almost like he when he puts. You heard about what happened in America with the guy playing with the extra hell boot, right?
yeah,
It's almost
yeah, I
like
did.
Scary comes down. He's like, "This is my list, and this is like a little bit more of my list that isn't on my list, but I'm going to play with
Yeah,
it."
what? There's extra Hellbrute thing. I only heard about it today.
Someone played an extra hell boot the entire tournament and won, and I think
Came third.
this came third. Okay, and then he realized at the end and dropped or something.
Yeah, they didn't like give him any punishment. They just kicked him off the scoreboard.
Yeah,
But those are the people he played against. Like it was Chaos Space Marines, so it wasn't Death Guard. But
right.
yeah, Imperial agents are above Space Marines. Oh, why? I mean, there weren't that many Space Marine players. Just 32 Gladius Task Force. 36% win rate. What are we doing, boys?
Orcs.
Orcs need help. They really do.
It's because players like Jack are playing knights instead of orcs, isn't it?
Yeah, or Josh. Yeah,
You know, that if the top players who
Black
got
Templars. Oh, you're not going to be seeing Black Templars that low for very long.
no with
They
the
are nuts, mate.
yeah, I mean, I've people have been telling me 3 repulsor executioners are coming back, but
Yeah,
when you play 3 DDAs, I'm kind of
and
all
three
right with that.
repulsor execution is also hard to move in
Yeah,
some maps.
and DDA is quite happy going into repulsor executioners because one on one they definitely win.
Yeah,
You know, you can one
they
tap
do
them.
some kind of. I don't know what they do. Their rule that's good.
They're getting rerolls and stuff, aren't they? So,
Yeah, it's crazy, guys.
but
Rotan book looks cool as well. Apparently, it's not that strong. Everything dies very easily.
people say that, right? But then they're just doom mongering because they haven't had a chance to actually
Well, they
test
said
it
it was
out.
good
And
initially.
once they test it out, then they're going to realize how good it actually is. And then
Mm.
I doubt they'll at this point they're going to start bringing out crap codexes, right? Because we've had good codexes, you know, Thousand Suns, Death Guard. Yeah, we're not going to get crap ones all of a sudden. I can't imagine that would be the case. I think it might take a bit of time to work out what the ideal build is, but um, it's gonna be good. And I'm hopefully gonna nice switch. I'm hopefully gonna be playing a bit of Oath myself as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good in some bits. It's just they made a lot of data sheets look a lot worse. But
Yeah,
yeah, there is going to be some good stuff in there. There will be.
but that's the thing. Like you get used to using units, then something to make it worse, and you go, "Oh, it's all shit now." But
Mm.
you do find that sometimes with those units being slightly worse, other units obviously become good, and you still get good use out of those units even though they are slightly worse. Like look at warriors, right? From the index, they're considerably worse because the Ghost Arc support is a lot worse. You know, the reanimation dice on the warriors is worse, but they're still
The
one of our
reanimator is not 12 inches.
exactly. But they're still one of our stronger, builds, even though they're worse than the whole package is worse than it used to be. So
Yeah, why was reanimator 12 inch?
I mean, I was fine with it being 12 inches. It started your
Yeah,
home
yeah,
objective and you're
we
good.
were fine with that.
Yeah,
That's great. You
of
were
course.
fine with
Why
that.
not? I mean, 6 inches would be
Oh,
good.
6 inches,
Six
9,
inches I would take. 9 inches.
18,
No, let's not go crazy.
21,
Well, behave. Behave. This is a serious podcast.
24 inches. How about that? How about it's a Voxcaster for fucking reanimator?
So, like,
You can have a little plasmancer. That reanimator plasmancer, not
24
plasma, little
inches.
plasma
Yeah,
site
I know what you mean.
attaches to that and increases your reanimation range to 24
So,
inches.
did you play Ninth Edition Reanimator?
I remember a bit about it.
So
Did it
you
let you re-roll ones or something?
no, so yeah, the ninth edition reanimator, you had to point at a unit, right, and then you would get +1 to your reanimation. The warriors let you reroll ones innately because
Okay.
they were warriors. Otherwise, you reanimate on fives. But if you point the reanimator at them, you reanimate on fours. But you had to be within 6 inches. You had to be visible, and then it was in your command phase, and then they get that. So of course, the reanimator didn't have a four at feel no pain back then. So you step out your reanimator, you go, I'm going to reanimate on these, warriors or Scorpec destroyers or whatever, and it's only active while the reanimator's pointing at it, and then they kill the reanimator because it's quite easy to kill, and then you don't have the reanimation. So the reanimator was absolutely garbage in ninth edition. If you could get it right where you had the reanimator sat with the characters behind a wall, then you might be okay. But like turn one, it didn't do anything because you had to do it in your command phase. So you had the reanimator. You only get 4 turns of it rather than 5 if you went first. So it wasn't ideal, and then they make it so it's like 12 inches. It's got a four at feel no pain. You're like, sweet, it's now finally good. And of course, because it only came in the Royal Court box, they were really hard to find. So people were spending a lot of money on those. So the fact that it was 12 inches and viable was
Yeah,
good.
I'm so glad I bought 3 sets of. Is it Indomitus?
Yeah, I have still a fourth reanimator on the sprue somewhere, which
I've got my second and third chilling in the box. Did my Scorpet Lords, my Plasmancers, my
yeah,
Scorpex, my Warriors, and all that. But
oh yeah, yeah,
uh, I think that we're going to call it there.
yeah. Just like and
Um,
subscribe because you forgot to
like,
do the last one.
subscribe. Forgot to do that again. Just all the business. But yeah, we're back in action.
Yep, and we'll be doing a live
Um,
one once we can work out how to do a live one. So
yeah, I'll figure it out, and I'll figure out the Discord. I will get it done. I promise. Blah blah.
like
This
we
week
always,
I'm off. Yeah, I'm off this weekend though, so I'm going to be doing some.
all the promises that we make that never.
Yeah, but that's why the people watch us because they're just
Yeah,
so excited to wow, oh, is it this week that we're going
is
to
it
release
this
a
week? They
video?
actually do something useful.
Oh, are we going to be doing something? No, people just watch us because we're fucking
Yeah,
big brain. All right, thank you everyone, and
yeah.
we'll catch you later. Good night, good
Adios.
morning, good evening.